Hey YouTube, this is LuCKyy from LuCKyy and Buttwipe on Twitch TV, and today I'm going to bring you guys a video talking about the return of the Trials of Osiris. Now, Trials is going to come back. It's going to come back October 16th, and so that's a little more than a week away as I'm recording this video. And when it comes back, the recommended light level is 290, so make sure you try to get your characters there. I'm going to give you guys some suggestions on what to use when Trials comes back and what to do in this week and a few days we have now to prepare for the Trials. So what you're going to want to do is, of course, the recommended light level is 290, so at least be there. Now, how do you get to light level 290? I'm in the mid 300s on all of my characters, and as you guys know, I have two consoles. PS4, I'm in the mid 300s on all my characters, and then on Xbox One, I'm in the 290s. And so what I have done in order to get myself up to the highest light level in the shortest amount of time is, of course, you want to take care of the quests, because the quests drop items. They drop 300, 310 artifacts, they drop 300 level shotguns, they can drop all kinds of good gear for you, so make sure to take care of the quests. Try to follow each quest line so you can get the gear at the end of it. If you're stuck at any sort of light level, what you can usually do is farm strikes, and it's tedious, but it takes time, but the end result is usually a lot of good drops, a lot of good engrams and stuff. The way I see it is like this: you should be able to, by farming the strikes, the heroic strikes, you should be able to get your light level at least around the 280s. When you're around the 280 mark, you can then enter the raid. You can enter King's Fall, and it's recommended light level 290 all the way up until Oryx. So you should be able to get some good drops from that then. And that would be my recommendations for getting into 290. So farm the strikes until you get to 280. Okay, when you hit 280, then start entering King's Fall. Find a group, find some people to do it with, your friends. Use DestinyLFG.com. Use some sites to find some people. Go into the raid. Do as much as you can. If you can't beat Oryx at 280, it's understandable. That would be incredibly difficult in my opinion. I usually try to have people in the 290s for Oryx. All the other parts, you could do around 280 though. And so you might as well jump in around 280. And get yourself some rewards, because all the drops in King's Fall are 300 plus gear. So anything you get from that should ideally help you level up from, you're entering King's Fall at 280, should help you get to 290 by the end of, 1 or 2 raids, even if you don't finish the Oryx checkpoint. So that's my recommendations for how to get to 290 if you guys are struggling on a certain character, or if it's taking you guys a while. Last but not least, what subclasses are being the most popular? If you're a Titan, that Sunbreaker subclass is destroying. If you're a Warlock, I like using Warlocks a lot, and I'm just going to say I like Voidwalker a lot now. The new subclass, Stormcaller, is okay, but the Voidwalker class is still really awesome class, and that's the one I'm using. If you're Hunter, it's some tough choices. The Night Stalker class is, of course, really good. It's a good way to stop people's supers and stop people's abilities. But probably Blade Dancer will continue to be the best in that class. We'll see. Only time will tell. Golden Gun is also very good. So if you're a Hunter, you have a real dilemma. You have to choose which subclass to use. They're all, very beneficial in PvP. And but for me, I want to be a Warlock, and I'm going to be using the Voidwalker. I really like the Voidwalker class. I've been using it a lot. I'm going to use the chest piece, the Void Fang vestments, like I always have. You spawn with grenade energy. Those are brought back into year 2, and those are that is the very best chest piece you could have used in year 1, and so it's brought back into year 2, which is awesome. They took out Lucky Raspberry for the Hunter, but for some reason they brought over Void Fang vestments, which I don't know why they did that, but it's an interesting choice by them, by Bungie, to take that chess piece back into year 2 when it was considered very overpowered. But that is what it is. And so because of that chess piece, and because I really like the Voidwalker, it's great for stopping Sunbreakers. Someone's coming at me with that Sunbreaker, it's very hard to stop. Drop a Nova Bomb on their head, and that usually puts them down. And so I'm really liking the Voidwalker class, and that's what I'm going to be going into Trials with. And so, as for weapons, I want to cover what weapons I'm using. Pulse rifles are really good. Also, scout rifles are decent. They're definitely comparable to pulse rifles as well. As time goes on, we're going to see what the meta is going to be for PvP in the Taken King, but right now it's kind of a gray area. We don't know exactly what the best weapons are. We're sort of figuring things out, and there's so much PvE content with the quests and with all these new story modes and the new raid and everything that not a whole lot of people are putting time into developing what is the best for PvP. But the consensus thus far is that pulse rifles are generally the best, and the Red Death and Bad Juju are held as being some of the best to use, so I would highly recommend using those if you're looking for a weapon. Red Death, Bad Juju. There's also a scout rifle that you can buy from Dead Orbit, and that's a really powerful scout rifle. Go buy that from him if you need a weapon. If you don't have the Bad Juju, or if you don't have the Red Death, you can go buy a scout rifle using legendary marks from Dead Orbit faction. So go ahead and do that if you're really in need of a weapon. As for secondaries, shotguns are still good. Shotguns are always going to be good, as long as you can close the range, which is why I use Voidwalker. I can close the range. If you use a hunter, you can use that control jump. Titan, same thing. You can also snipe, of course. The sniping is a lot better in TTK than it was before. Now that the shotguns have been nerfed so much, snipers are standing out a little bit more. Heavy weapon, they reduced grenades and horseshoes on your rocket, so your rocket grenades and horseshoes perk is not going to proc at such a big radius. So just know that it used to be that all you wanted was grenades and horseshoes on your rocket. That's all you needed. Nothing else was really important other than grenades and horseshoes. If you wanted to, you could get tripod in year 1, and that was also helpful. But things have changed now, and so we'll see what's going to happen. My opinions are that probably tracking will be ideal for rockets, and my second opinion is that machine guns are just going to be slightly better now. I'm using machine gun. I'm using Ruin Wake. It has really good perks on it. It has stability, increased stability, and it has rangefinder, and so it's a nice machine gun. It handles the super well. I can take out a Sunbreaker nicely, and yeah, I'm just liking it more than a rocket right now. We'll see what happens when it comes to trials. We'll see if the guys with rockets shoot me too much and I end up getting a little frustrated by you having the machine gun and switch to a rocket. We'll see. I have a rocket backed up. It has tracking on it. It doesn't have any fancy perks. It has like tracking and grenadier, which isn't that great, of course, but it's the highest light level rocket I have, and so you have to make do with what you have for trials and for Iron Banner that's coming up. You're gonna have to use whatever keeps you at the highest light level, because there's gonna be advantages, level advantages. So I hope this video helps you guys. If you guys have any questions or comments, recommendations for weapons to use or subclasses that you're finding a lot of success with, go ahead and post a comment down below. I read all the comments. I respond to most of them. So just go ahead and post a comment and let me know what you think of this video. Thank you so much, and have a good night.
Hello, Darch. Thank you for watching this LuCKyy and LuCKyy video. If you enjoyed this video, then give it a like. Please be sure to check out their Twitch, Twitter and Facebook too. All the links are below. If you like and follow them on Twitch, Twitter and Facebook, then your next legendary engram will turn into an exotic. Maybe. Thank you, and good night. Dance party!